Not many people have to clock on to live in their own house, but as Graham Mitchell discovered, today's proud occupier is only too happy to keep time for an entire village.
The Glasgow Fair, traditionally the time to jump on the ferry or catch the train for a trip down the coast. Thousands flocked to the resorts, Ayr, Largs and Troon. But how many people ever noticed the stations they travelled through, like the one at Wemyss Bay, built at the turn of the century as an added attraction for the tourists? If they were around, the old holidaymakers might still recognise the clock tower and station, which has changed little since it was built in 1904. And that's thanks partly to Frank Chandler, who, as station manager at Wemyss Bay, looked after the building for 27 years. But not only did Frank live for his work, he lived in it too. Now he's retired, but still stays in the station clock tower, a landmark in the town. However, living in the station does have its disadvantages.
A lot of people still think we're part of the station. We get people for the steamers come in and inquire about times of boats, and do we get the tickets on the boat, do we? And a lot of people ask train times because they still think I'm a part of the railway. But a lot of friends phone up as well for train information.
What do people say when they find it's actually your house?
Oh, they're amazed. I mean, a lot of our friends, in fact, a lot of people in the village still don't know there's a house here.
A life in the tower, it sounds like a sentence for treason, perhaps not as arduous, but still hard work. There are over 80 stairs in the building, but Frank just says that it keeps him fit. Life in the 60-foot tower can also be exciting. With several tons of masonry and mechanics only a few feet above your bed, the stormy west coast weather has caused Mrs. Chandler a few sleepless nights.
The worst storm was the bad January gales in the tower. Kind of sways. We went downstairs.
So you were in bed when the tower started moving?
Yeah.
So were you a bit worried then?
Well, it was scary, it really was. But apart from that, I mean, the sea makes up all that. It's a lovely place to live in, really.
The Chandlers say their house is the envy of many, but how many people would be jealous of the responsibility and work that goes with living in the clock tower? Because Frank must be one of the few retired people who still has to clock on. Once every week he dismantles his bedroom, pulls out the hidden ladder and makes the long climb to the top of the tower to wind up the mechanism, a climb that can exhaust many younger men. The clock has kept ferries, trains and travellers on time for the last 88 years. The old Glasgow tourists, down for the day, used to use it to make sure they didn't miss the ferry home. Today it's Frank's responsibility. He says it's tough, but wouldn't have it any other way. And the people of Wemyss Bay, as well as the many travellers who rely on the clock, hope he's looking out for them and making sure the town runs on time for a long while to come.